Please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Well, walk the talk on Women's Reservation Bill, a categorical message from Rahul Gandhi to Prime Minister Modi with less than 48 hours to go for the monsoon session of Parliament to convene, offering unconditional support of the Congress party. Rahul Gandhi has written a letter to the Prime Minister. He says, and I quote, "What better way to demonstrate your commitment to the cause of women than by offering our unconditional support to the passage of the Women's Reservation Bill, and what better time than the upcoming session of Parliament," end of quote. Now, there have been many attempts to reserve 33% seats for women in Parliament and state legislatures. The latest was in 2008, when the then UPA government introduced a bill but did not see the light of the day. The bill lapsed in the Lok Sabha. It was cleared in the Rajya Sabha. What is the need of the hour to improve the lot of women? Women poorly represented in our country's largest lawmaking bodies, even though they account for about 50% of the population. They constitute, and look at this number, only 11% of all members in the Lok Sabha. The picture is even worse when you look at the state assemblies, where just 9% are women across all states and union territories in the country. Many of India's neighbours, including Nepal, Pakistan, Bangladesh, have more representation for women in their parliaments. Amidst this backdrop, the Congress now calling for the passage of the Women's Reservation Bill, which proposes to set aside 1/3 of the seats in the Lok Sabha and state assemblies exclusively for women. To discuss this, we're now joined by Anila Singh, spokesperson of the BJP, and Sushmita Dev, president of the All India Mahila Congress and member of the Congress party. Appreciate you joining us. Sushmita, let me start by asking you, do you really feel that your plea to the Prime Minister, that Rahul Gandhi's letter to Mr. Modi is going to elicit any kind of action? I mean, we're almost at the end of this government's present tenure. Are you at all hopeful, or is this a diversionary attempt?
You see, the reality is it's not just the Congress party who's taken up this issue, but various NGOs, activists have been seeking an appointment with the Prime Minister to take up this issue. But of course, they haven't got an appointment. Mrs. Sonia Gandhi wrote a letter last September in 2017, also assuring the Prime Minister that here is a bill which is not going to be just a political reform, but we believe just like food security was a social reform because it empowered women, it would be one of the biggest social reforms India will see. And significantly, the Bharatiya Janata Party in its 2014 manifesto started the women's section where it talks what it's going to do for women, has reiterated its commitment to the women's reservation. But somehow it hasn't seen the light of the day.
How serious are you and the Congress party about taking this forward? Have you had conversations with any of the other political parties, the parties that have had reservations on supporting this bill, and very publicly so, on being able to take this forward in any meaningful way?
You see, historically, this bill or this policies had a very tumultuous past. I simply cannot deny that. And it has been pending from 1996. The last time it was passed in the Rajya Sabha was 9th March 2010. Bharatiya Janata Party and Congress both supported it, but there were other allies of the UPA and some other parties who vehemently opposed it. And since we were a coalition government and we didn't have the majority that it required in Lok Sabha, we actually couldn't see it through. But that's clearly not the case with Prime Minister Modi, because he has the numbers. And I think what's significant is Rahul Gandhi ji has said that can we rise above party lines and see this bill through?
Yeah. Anila, let me ask you, this was a commitment that the Bharatiya Janata Party made as part of its electoral promises in 2014. So far, there has been no attempt by your party to push this through. Here you have the Congress party saying we will unconditionally support the government if it were to bring this to Parliament. Is this now at all a matter under consideration?
Absolutely, and I can say in very definite words that the Prime Minister who can get it cleared in the Parliament is Narendra Modi ji. But at the same time, I have question on the timings of Congress Party President. Like, he has put this letter in front of Prime Minister in the election year. Where was he earlier? Where was he earlier? We are not denying this.
No, no,
fact,
but one second,
yes, it is in our agenda.
No, no, 1 second. Anila, 1 second. You yourself said it's been part of your agenda. You yourself said that this is something that the BJP is committed to. The Congress party is not in power. The Congress party is in opposition. If anything, you have the numbers. You have to see this bill through. Why aren't you doing so?
But who is denying that we are not going to do so? Nobody is denying that.
No, no, but you haven't done so now, which is why I'm asking you that is this a priority? No, forget Rahul Gandhi. I'm asking you a question very straightforward. Is the BJP going to take this up before the term of this government's tenure ends?
Hopefully. This is what I am saying. See, right from the beginning, you can see from the working of Narendra Modi ji that he is working day in and out to empower women. And how can we question his integrity, or we can put a question mark?
Missing. You made a promise in 2014. We are at the end of this government's tenure. You have not made any attempt to take the Women's Reservation Bill forward. And hence the question, ma'am, is the government keen at all on taking the Women's Reservation Bill forward? You have the numbers. You don't need your allies to come in, or you don't even need the Congress party support to see this bill go through Parliament. So are we likely to see you make this bill part of the parliamentary agenda, if not for this session, the next session?
I'm pretty sure on it. Because it is in our agenda.
You're
and
sure,
Prime
but
Minister
you
Narendra
have...
Modi ji. And
But do you have
Prime
a
Minister
timeline?
Sorry?
Do you have a timeline? Has there been any conversation within the party about this?
I totally agree with you. And yes, it is in discussion. It is not so that we are sleeping over it. It is in discussion, and we are very much serious on it to get it cleared, and with like everybody on it, even those people in party who were against it. So it is not so like...
Sushmita, Anila Singh, spokesperson of the BJP, questioning the timing of Rahul Gandhi's letter to the Prime Minister. But that aside, I mean, you know, this is an issue that requires intervention. It is an issue that requires attention. The numbers speak for themselves. We are far behind countries like Nepal, Pakistan, Bangladesh, India at 11.3%, Nepal at almost 30%, Pakistan at 21%, Bangladesh at 21%. Is there any political will to see this through, Sushmita?
You see, what is worrying for me is that recently there was a story in the newspaper that the National Policy for Women 2016, we've all seen the draft, has been sent to the Prime Minister's office for over a year now. And basically there has been complete inaction on part of the Prime Minister's office. And that National Policy for Women actually says 33% reservation for women in Lok Sabha and in the assemblies and in judiciary and other aspects of life. So the stories runs that one of the main obstacles to the National Policy for Women is also about whether the BJP has the conviction to bring the 33% Women Reservation Bill. We have seen Prime Minister Modi recently off late with great fervor talking about empowering women. Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. We are saying, ab beti ko sadan mein lao. And Prime Minister Modi should do it because Rahul Gandhi ji's letter also mentions that unless we bring it in this session, there's a lot of homework to be done when it comes to identifying constituencies. Election Commission of India has to do homework. If it doesn't come in this session, and if it comes in the next session, it will simply be a piece of paper. Nothing more. It can't be implemented in 2019.
Okay, so let's be realistic. Anila, I want to end by asking you, in all probability, it looks like this is not going to go through in this session of Parliament at least. Indications don't seem to suggest that this is an item that the government intends to table. If I'm wrong, please correct me. And, you know, if not 2019, is there really the political will and the political appetite to ensure that this piece of paper which has been moving back and forth since 2008 will ever become a reality, will ever be legislation?
if we talk about representation of women in parliament or in assemblies through this bill, I think it is above politics, because women in all parties, they want this bill to be passed. And I am pretty sure that Bharatiya Janata Party...
Do the men want it to be passed? That is my question. Do the men want it to be passed? The women want it to be passed, but do the men across party lines want this to be passed, Anila?
Yeah, that is a good question. But, you know, that is why I had asked Congress Party about the timing of this letter. You know, the main thing is whether it is Congress, Bharatiya Janata Party, Samajwadi Party or any other political parties, yes, we women lack in the positions. Or even if I talk besides parliament and the assemblies. And I'm pretty sure that all women in all political parties, we all are standing together and we all are eagerly waiting to get this bill tabled and passed. So I'm pretty sure that Bharatiya Janata Party is going to happen it very soon.
I think your smile, even though we can't see you, but we can hear it in your voice, says it all, Anila. Sushmita, I'll end with you. You know, at the end of the day, it boils down to the fact that the women in political parties, you, Anila Singh, may in fact want this to go through, but there doesn't seem to be appetite across political lines, across party lines. The men don't seem to care.
You see, women empowerment can never be by isolating men. I believe in that. And I believe that there are enough male colleagues out there who support it, and there are enough men who believe that there is a certain quality to governance that women bring to the table. And there are various studies to show that. I'd like to believe that we as a nation want it, irrespective of our genders.